Welcome to the Can Be podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Castle. I am fired up, like literally totally excited and inspired by conversations about living life by design. Knowing that we can be anything or anybody we choose to be. To me, it's just so simple. If life isn't what you want it to be, if you don't feel the way you want to feel, I believe you have the power within to change your life just by changing your thoughts. It's a choice. That is why life is designed by us, through us, with the decisions that we make every single moment of every day. In my podcast today, the first podcast of the year 2023, I am going to share some of my personal thoughts and feelings and some responses that I have received from you through the private Facebook group, the Can Be podcast. Now, if you're not part of that group and you would like to be, just send me a request on Facebook. My account name is Michelle Castle, but the group name is the Can Be podcast. So if you just search the Can Be podcast and request to be part of the group, I'll let you in. That's where I really want you to feel free to engage and share and use that as encouragement. Now, every single day, I post an affirmation card and I share some thoughts and feelings around that card. Most of the time, sometimes I just post the card. And I posted a card today that I think resonated to a lot of you. The card itself said, "When I trust that goodness awaits me, I am free to release my fears." Now, I'm going to say that again. When I trust that goodness awaits me, I am free to release my fears. You know, so many times when I look back, the things that kept me from doing what I really wanted to do, the things that kept me from realizing the change that I was looking for, but was too scared to take that next step. It's all fear-based. So knowing that fear is an emotion, and it is an emotion that it's a negative, it's a low vibe negative emotion that just holds us back. And knowing that the fear is tied to a memory of something in the past that our brain is automatically going to, and the brain's job is to protect us. So the fear is the feedback that we're getting that is supposedly there to protect us, but it's also holding us back. So I can think of scenarios in my life where, because of the fear of pain, I've been held back. And it can be as simple as, for me right now, I'll just give you a very simple scenario. I think that it would be a fabulous trip and I would thoroughly enjoy going snow skiing. And so the things that I think about whenever I think about snow skiing is a cabin, a fireplace, the quietness in the stillness of the cold and the snow, and the warmth of a hot tub at the end of the day, and just the feeling of that warm cup of coffee while I'm sitting outside, breathing in the clean, cold air that really doesn't have any odors because the odors are all frozen. And so I think of all of these wonderful things tied around being in the mountains with snow. And then I have the memories of the past for me as a teenager of doing a lot of snow skiing. I lived in El Paso for a year of my teenage life. And we were close enough to Ruidoso that we were able to go snow skiing pretty easily on almost every weekend during the winter months. And then as an adult, I've snow skied a couple of times. I went to Aspen 2 years ago with my husband, and I so badly wanted to ski to experience all of those feelings that I had, and just being on the mountain and just hearing the crunch of the snow and as you're going through those snow slopes, and just feeling the freedom of skiing and just that sport and all of those great memories. However, I'm in this beautiful town of Aspen, and we're having a wonderful time, and I'm watching all of these people ski. And it's the fear of the pain of snow skiing that allowed me to miss the experience of all of the goodness of what I would experience. It was the fear that held me back. And why was it the fear? Well, the last time that I did snow ski, I ended up getting hurt on the slope and had to be carried down. Now, I had snow skied many times before without any complications at all. But my brain automatically went back to the story of, oh, but you haven't skied in all of these years, and now you're 50 plus years old. And is your body in really good shape in order for you to go snow skiing? I missed the experience because of the fear. So my question for you is, what are you scared of? What in your brain, the protective part of your brain that says, but what if this happens, if you were to do that? What if you were to get hurt? What if you go broke? What if people get pissed at you because you're doing something that they don't agree with? What if you lose business because you're making a stand for what you feel is right? What is that for you? And my challenge to you is, after you discover what that is, sometimes running through the scenarios in your head, that's the reverse. Okay, what if? What if this happens to me? What if I get hurt on the ski slope? Is missing the joy and missing that opportunity because of the fear of what if worth missing that experience that I was really longing for? So for me, what I have done for years and years and years is, or not years and years and years, but for the last couple of years, whenever I have that protective part of my brain that is all of a sudden switched into gear, that is really there to help me make smart decisions that sometimes keep me from making bold decisions, is to just run through, what if that happens? What's the worst thing that can happen to me? So I get hurt on the slope, my body will heal. What if I have to be carried down? Yeah, I might be embarrassed. Or what if I get hurt and my husband is like, he wouldn't really ever say this to me, but see, I told you so. I'd really be saying that to myself. So what are those things? And so like, worst case scenario, what could possibly happen to me? What is the worst thing that can happen? And run through those scenarios and tell yourself, if that happens, I will still be okay. And because of that, I am making a choice to go and be and do what it is that I want to do, because I can be that. I can be young and free again on the ski slope, really experiencing all of those things that I really were longing to experience. And thank you, brain. Thank you, mind, for doing your job and running through these scenarios for me and throwing up some yellow flags. But I choose not to allow that to stop me from doing what it is that I really feel like I want to do. So as we enter a new year, I just challenge you to just really think through, what is it that is stopping you? Or what is it that you're allowing fear to stop you doing? And then just run through the scenarios. Well, what if those things happen? What's the worst thing that can happen? Am I okay with that? And if you're okay with that, no, you got a backup plan. It's okay. But thank your mind for protecting you. It's doing its job. And yes, I do have conversations with my own mind. Sometimes you do too. If you really stop and pay attention, you talk to yourself as well within your head. But just push through the fear and see what's on the other side of trust as we start a new year. So I'm going to read this card to you again. When I trust the goodness, that goodness awaits me, I am free to release my fears. So focus on the feeling that you want to have, the feeling that you're going to have when you do this thing, and go ahead and feel those feelings as if you had done them, which will just put you that much closer to being that, to doing that, to achieving that. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Canby podcast. I have some great episodes lined up for you, and I'm super excited to share. Please share these the podcast with others. If there's a specific episode that you like, you can save that link or copy that link and send it directly to someone. I would love for you to follow so you get notification as we release new episodes, and give us a like and a review as well. Have a wonderful day and push past the fear and go experience life, knowing that you choose how you want to live. You design that life, that business. Have a great day.